Good morning. Good morning, Annette. Welcome to the session, and good morning also, everybody watching on social media this morning. The session being live streamed onto all of the online events, social media platforms, so YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn. So wherever you may find the session, you are very welcome. So our session this morning, continuing with our series of de-desking and working with yoga to address any postural issues and to help the body as we're spending more and more time sitting in desks, sitting in chairs and working at desks, working on devices. So helping our bodies to um, be relaxed and to be flexible and to maintain strength, all whilst using a chair for support and using the principles of yoga practice as we're going along. Also focusing on our breath work this morning as well, so using the breath to bring forward our parasympathetic side of our nervous system, finding that space just to focus internally, connect mind with body, take a little bit of time out away from our busy schedules, and to use the breath in a way to just slow down and stop and spend a little bit of time for self-care. So let us begin. Using our chair this morning, we don't need anything sophisticated. And as I just bring my camera down, you can see my chair there. It's just an ordinary household chair. So with our chair yoga, ideally using a chair that doesn't have any arms, just so we've got the free movement from side to side and something which is really stable in order to hold your weight as we shift the body a little bit around the chair as we're going along. So as always with our yoga practice, if you're following along, do exactly what feels right for you. There's no right and no wrong. If you're feeling like you would take a slightly different approach to suit your particular energy level or your needs this morning, then that's absolutely perfect. Just do whatever feels right for you. As we're going along, I'll try and offer as many options as I can, but as I say, if that doesn't suit you, then just back off, rest a little, and then maybe join back in when you're feeling like you would want to. So we'll begin our session with our breath work, and then we'll move through a series of poses using the chair for support. And then at the end of the session, we'll come back to our breath work and we'll spend a few minutes in a shavasana. So just time for quiet reflection, quiet breathing, and hopefully my aim for the session is that it will set you up feeling a little bit more energized in your body and maybe a little bit more calmer in your mind, ready to approach the day ahead. So let's begin with our breath. So I'm just sitting comfortably in my chair. I'm allowing myself to sit up nice and tall, so I'm not using the backrest at all. So already very gently engaging the muscles around the core, sitting up tall from the hips. My knees are directly above my ankles, my feet firmly on the ground. Hands are relaxed, so maybe placing them on your knees or down on the side of the chair. And I'm aiming to relax my shoulders down from my ears, and we'll start using the breath to facilitate that a little bit more. So taking our first inhalation and exhale. So as we begin to breathe, just noticing where the breath may be sitting in the chest as we inhale and as we exhale. So maybe it feels like it's just at the top or coming down to the ribs. Maybe we've been able to draw the breath all the way down to the bottom of the lungs, so it feels like our tummy is expanding like a balloon. And that's our aim as we continue to breathe, is to draw the breath all the way down to the bottom of the lungs, filling up the tummy area. And then as we exhale, we empty, allow the breath to come all the way up. Breathing through the nose if you're comfortable to do so. So allow the nostrils to do their job in cleaning the air, conditioning the air, slightly warming it up and making it absolutely prime and ideal to come down into the lungs. So we'll breathe, inhale, exhale, and absolutely no rush, just take your time. Inhalation, exhalation. Begin to soften through the top part of the body. So lower your gaze, maybe close your eyes if you're comfortable to do so. Soften the jaw and the tongue. Begin to notice if there's any tension in the neck and the shoulders. And on our exhalation, aiming to just relax the shoulders down a little bit further. So we notice the quality of the air as it comes into our body. Maybe the air feels a little cooler as we inhale, maybe a little bit warmer as we exhale. Just these small observations allow us to bring our attention to our bodies, allows us to put to one side our busy schedule that we've got for the rest of the day, the rest of the week. And we acknowledge that all the things that we've got to do are still really, really important, but we just don't have to attend to them right now. And we acknowledge that we're spending a little time for self-care, and that's okay too. So we continue to breathe as we inhale, still trying to draw that breath right the way down to the tummy area. So maybe we could put our hands on our tummy with the fingertips just close together. And as we inhale, drawing the breath down, expanding the tummy area, we might get the sensation that the hands are slightly coming apart. And then as we exhale, the hands may draw back together. So having that really visceral physical sensation as we breathe as well, just to allow us to focus on drawing the breath all the way down and really introducing this diaphragmatic breathing. All right, so our next stage with our breath is to introduce a little hold in the middle, in between the inhalation and the exhalation. And therefore, we can aim to lengthen our exhalation and therefore really bringing forwards that parasympathetic side of the nervous system a lot quicker and inducing that sense of calm and relaxation a little faster too. So I'm going to inhale to a count of 4 and then hold for a count of 2 and then exhale initially to a count of 4, and then we'll aim to lengthen that to 5 and then to 6. But if any point, if my rhythm and if my pace doesn't suit you, and if you feel restricted in any way, then just continue into a breath that suits you best and work best with your body. So you may want to shorten the hold or shorten any of the counts that I'm doing. So we'll begin though on that 4-2-4, and then the exhale will increase to 5 and then increase to 6. So we'll inhale 2, 3, 4, hold, hold, exhale, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, hold, exhale, 2, 3, 4, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, hold, exhale, 2, 3, 4, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, hold, exhale, 2, 3, 4, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, hold, out, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, hold, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, hold, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, hold, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, hold, out, 2, 3, 4, 6. One long inhalation, one long exhalation. And our breath can return to its more normal everyday pattern. And we'll begin to move our bodies. So as we move, we'll continue to focus on the breath, and with every movement, we'll match it with an inhalation or an exhalation, and such is the manner of our vinyasa style of yoga practice. So we'll return to our original seating position, nice and comfortably, sitting up tall, gently engaging the muscles around the tummy. We'll relax the shoulders, hands on the knees, and we'll begin just with some gentle shoulder rolls. So any way that feels right, we can go backwards or forwards. Doesn't matter which way, just rolling. And now we've found our rhythm, we'll bring the breath back in. So on the uplift of the shoulders, we'll inhale. And as the shoulders come back down, exhale. So then we can adjust the speed of the shoulder rolls to match the breath. So inhaling, shoulders up and round. Exhale. Bring the shoulders back down. So 2 or 3 more rotations. Find your breath. Match the movement with your full inhale and exhale. And drawing the tension away from the neck and the shoulders as we work. Really good. So introducing a little bit more movement. We're taking an inhale and raising the arms. So sweeping the arms up and reaching up. So really lengthening through the spine, squeezing up through the fingers. And exhale. Coming back down. And we'll go again one more time. Inhale, matching the movement with the breath. So as our hands come together at the top, so does the peak of our inhalation. And exhale. And draw the breath back down. Really good. So we'll go out one more. Inhale, arms up. And this time, we'll gently side bend. So the right hand stays up. The left hand will gently float back down to the side of the chair, and we'll use the side of the chair for support. And then rock over to the left, squeezing the right arm up over the head and pushing away with the fingers, lengthening all the way across that right hand side of the body. So maintaining our balance, pushing down into our feet. And we'll inhale and come back up. Left hand sweeps back up, joins the right. The right hand gently comes down. Use the exhale with that downward movement. And then we're coming across to the right hand side. Really squeeze across. Coming back up to the top. Right hand sweeps back up. Squeeze up through the fingers, lengthen the spine, and we'll exhale. This time the hands will drop down to our cactus arms pose. So we'll continue to breathe here. As we do, we'll draw the hands and the elbows back, bringing the shoulder blades together and really opening the chest. So fantastic pose to be in. For those of us who work at desks all day long and our hands and our arms are forwards and our shoulders are forwards and our back is arched and bent forwards as well. So bringing the chest up and back. Really good. We'll draw the hands round to the front into the heart center. Fantastic. So maintaining that theme then of de-desking, we'll work on fingers and wrists. And to start with then, we'll just roll the wrists around. So any way, like we did with the shoulders, any way that feels good, we'll just roll the wrists. Keep rolling, stretching through, backwards and forwards, any way that feels good. Really nice. And then the hands will come back to a prayer-like position and we'll clasp the fingers together. And we're going to stretch then, stretch through the fingers and the wrists. So rotating the fingers towards the chest, the elbows poke forwards, and then pushing the palms directly away and stretch through the fingers. Really good. Shoulders also going forwards, really reaching out. And then we'll take an inhale and raise the hands up. So again, lengthen up through the spine, push the palms up to the sky, really nice and tall, really good. And on an exhale, we'll come back down. Bring the hands down. We'll unravel. Hands back to the heart center. Disconnect the fingers and let's roll the wrists one more time. Really good. All right, fantastic. So hands back down to our knees. And we'll work our way gently down the body. So let's introduce some twisting now. So from hands and arms and shoulders, working our way down into the torso and our core area around the tummy. So really important to use the breath as we're twisting, and therefore we can get a little bit more of the range of movement and we'll protect the spine as we're working. So before we twist round, we're going to take a really big inhale and squeeze up. So getting a sensation that the hips are lifting up off the chair, still keeping the shoulders relaxed. So we take that inhale, squeeze up, and then on the exhale, we'll rotate the shoulders round to the left. My right hand comes to my left knee. My left hand is just on the side of the chair by the left hip. And my neck will twist so I can gaze over the left shoulder, but be comfortable in the neck. So no tension, certainly no pain. And then we can take another inhale, squeeze up through the core, and exhale and twist around one more time. Drawing yourselves around. And exhale, sweep back round to the front. So back to that neutral position, and we'll go to the other side. Taking that important breath to start with. Inhale, squeeze up, and then exhale, twist round to the right hand side. So left hand on the right knee, right hand on the base of the spine. And gazing over the right shoulder, being gentle on the neck. And coming back, unraveling, coming back round to the front. Inhaling again, sweep the arms up, reach up for the sky. Exhale, arms to cactus. One full breath. Open up the chest. And bring hands around to heart center. Wonderful. Bring the hands back down to the knees. Working further down the body. We're just going to start to look at the hips and the tops of the legs in terms of their strength and flexibility. So shuffling my weight slightly forwards to the edge of the chair, just so I've got a freer range of movement through the hips and the tops of the legs. And then I'm just going to turn sideways so it's a little bit easier for you to see what I'm doing. And very simply, I'm just raising my left leg up, bringing the kneecap as far up as possible towards the chest, but without bringing my shoulders forwards. So maintaining my strong posture and using my hands to facilitate that. So gripping the back of the chair, drawing the knee up as far as I can, stretching out the foot straight, and then rotating down and round. So it may feel like some kind of strange bicycle that we're going to be pedaling along. Just going round and round. Go as fast or as slow as you feel that matches your energy this morning. And we'll introduce the breath. So inhale on the upward movement, bring the foot up, stretch out, and then exhale, come down and round. Inhale up, push out, exhale, down and round. Really good. We'll keep going. Couple more. Really nice. And we'll go again on the other side. So on the other leg. So my right leg this time, coming up and round. Remembering to breathe. Inhale on the upward movement. Exhale on the downward movement. And just a couple more then. Using the breath. Really good. All right, fantastic. So we're back around. Hands back on the knees, maintaining the posture, sitting up tall, and maintaining our work on our hip area. This time we're going to step the knees out to the side. So similar kind of theme as we just did with a lift and a rotation and then down. We're stepping the knees out to the side and completing that rhythm in a way which suits your body best. So very simply then, and again, grabbing hold of the chair just for that support and balance and making sure that we don't tip the shoulders forwards. So I'm going to start with my right leg this time, picking the foot up, sweep the knee out to the side, and then lowering the foot down. Coming back up, around to the front, and dropping down, then we'll swap over to the other foot. So left leg up, bring it round to the side, lowering down, coming back up, around to the front, and dropping down. So now we're aware of the movement. We introduce the breath as well. So when we were doing our breath work at the beginning of the session, we had that inhale and a hold, and then an exhale. So we can mirror that breath work with this range of movement as well. So as we inhale, we bring the knee up, then we hold, sweep to the side, and then exhale and drop down. Inhale, lift the foot, hold, sweep the foot round, and exhale, and then come up on the other side. Inhale, lift up the left, hold the breath, sweep round, exhale, drop the foot down. Inhale, lift, hold, sweep round, and drop the foot down. So really good for concentration, matching the breath with the movement, really good for the hips and the lower back and activating the muscles on the tops of the legs. We keep the feet flexed as well, so not allowing the toes to point down to the mat, we keep them flexed. And as many rotations as we can in the next couple of minutes. Move at a speed which suits your body and suits the pace at which you want to breathe at. So we'll inhale, lift and hold, exhale, go down. So once again, I'm going to stop the guidance just for a minute or so. Will allow you to find your own pace and your own rhythm as we just go through this little exercise. and coming back to the front. Really good. All right, so I'm going to introduce some stretching forwards and sideways along with our twists. So bringing everything that we have previously done together, and we're building on our movement as we're going along through the session. So to start with, then I'm going to bring both legs out wide, and then making sure that my knees are directly above my ankles, and trying not to allow then the knees to roll inwards. So we're maintaining that nice lengthening through the side of the legs. And just to keep the knees comfortable, they're directly above the ankles. So if we're finding that we just can't keep the knees from rolling in or rolling out, then just bring the feet in a little bit narrower, and that's absolutely okay. So wherever you find your body this morning is absolutely perfect. So we're going to start with a forward fold. So hands on knees with the fingers pointing inwards just to support our body. And then as we did with the side twists, before we roll forwards, we're going to take that really nice deep breath. So inhaling, squeeze up through the spine, and then exhale, tip forwards as far as you feel you want to. Support the top of your body with your hands. Allow your head to be heavy. So crown of the head will come down and point at the floor. And gaze backwards, so you may be able to gaze underneath your chair, look back. And we just stretch out. So maybe feeling that stretch through the bottom of the spine and across the length, pushing down into the feet, supporting the weight along with the hands. We'll take an inhale and very gently push ourselves back up to seated position. Really good. We'll inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, drop the arms to cactus. And really draw ourselves back. So bringing the shoulder blades back. So maybe getting the sensation that we're coming into a very gentle back bend. So the opposite of that forward fold. Really nice. Come back forwards and draw the hands to the heart. Wonderful. So introducing or reintroducing our side twists then. Now we've got our knees apart. As we twist, we've got a little bit further to travel as we're reaching across and putting the hands on the knees. So we'll bring that inhalation into the core. On the exhale, we'll draw ourselves round to the left, reach all the way over to that left knee with the right hand. Left hand on the base of the chair again and gaze back over the left shoulder. And we'll unravel, come back around to the front. Inhale, squeeze up. Exhale, come around to the right. Really reach over for that extended right knee. And draw ourselves round into the twist. Really good. Coming back round. Fantastic. Back round to the front. So we'll inhale. Bring the arms up again. Reaching up. And this time as the exhale comes down, we bring the arms into a T position. And then we'll gently twist. So I'm going to bring my shoulders round to the left, and I'm lining up my right arm with my right knee, and allowing the left arm behind me to be absolutely straight and parallel. And then kind of feeling like a helicopter, going all the way around to the right, lining up my left hand with my left knee, drawing my right arm really strong, and coming back round to the front. We'll inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale, arms to cactus. And round to heart center. Fantastic. So hands back down to the knees. Let's take a forward fold. Inhale, arms up. Squeeze up. Exhale, tip forwards. Inhale again, coming back up. Bringing ourselves back up. Really good. So we're going to bring the arms up into that T position again, and then take another form of twist and forward fold. So we'll begin with arms up, inhaling, reach up. Exhale, bring the arms down to T position. We're going to draw ourselves around to the left, so lining up the length of the right arm out over the right knee. And then I'm going to bend at the elbow in my right hand and tip forwards. So the forearm goes down onto the right knee. I'm maintaining my twist and then allowing the left hand to come up and over the head. So I'm really stretching all the way across the left-hand side of the body, maintaining that twist around, keeping the shoulders parallel with the knee, the same direction as the knee. Really good, and then coming back down. So we'll unravel the same way we came into the pose. So the left hand sweeps up and back. Right arm comes up, and we'll rotate around and go on the other side. So helicopter round, left arm points out over the left knee, and then we'll bend the left elbow, forward fold. Forearms on the knee, the right arm then comes up and over. So the biceps by the ear, stretching out across. And allowing us to lengthen down that right hand side of the body. Coming back up and down. Bringing the right hand back, straightening up the left hand. Helicopter round so the shoulders are facing forwards. Bring the arms up, so a lot of work on the arms and shoulders, maybe slightly feeling a little burn. Exhale, arms to cactus. And hands round to heart center. Really good, and we'll drop the hands down to the knees. And let's just take a few shoulder rolls like we did at the beginning of the session, just to release and nurture the shoulders after they worked so hard over the last couple of moments. All right, really good. Fantastic. So our next little sequence then, very similar in a way, but bringing additional stretch, not only through the side of the body, but also across the backs of the legs as well. So I'm going to start by bringing the knees back to the front of the chair, hip width apart. And then my right leg, I'm going to step out all the way to the right and then extend the leg out so the leg is straight. So maybe we need to shuffle on the chair a little bit to find a place which is comfortable. All right, so keeping the shoulders forward and the hips facing forwards, The knees above the ankle. We can press down into the foot on the left in order to support our weight. The right foot, which is extended out to the right, you may be able to see on camera. Again, we're flexing the toes. So not pointing the toes, flexing the toes. So we've got that angle on the foot, and the heel is supporting the leg down there on the floor. So from here then, we're going to inhale, bring the arms up. On the exhalation, my right hand comes down, finds my right knee. And then I'm going to walk my fingers down my right leg and allow myself to come down into that side bend. So our form of gate pose, really stretching out, really push out through the left fingers above the head, lengthen across the left side of the body, stretch out across the right leg. Really good, and walk the right fingers back up the leg, bring the shoulders up to neutral, take a breath, sweep the right arm up, exhale, bring arms down to cactus, and round to heart center. And we'll swap over and go on the other side. So right knee comes in, left leg sweeps out to the left and is straightened. And hips are forwards, knees above the ankle. We'll inhale, sweep the arms up. And on the exhalation, left hand goes down. Reach down for the left knee. And then gently walk the fingers down a little bit more. Maintain that stretch over the right side of the body. Really good. And coming back up. Both arms up. Exhale, arms to cactus. And hands round to heart center. And lowering down. Really good. Stepping our knees back in. And then we'll just take a breath. Wonderful. So our last little sequence is going to be really active through our core, through the tops of our legs, and really using the breath to maintain the energy as we're working. So you can adapt this little sequence and move in any way that feels right for you. And we're going to use the chair as a mechanism for support, and we're going to go into our chair pose, which seems quite appropriate for a chair yoga session. So I'm going to sit sideways so you can see what I'm doing. Moving my pelvis again to the front of the chair because I'm going to want to be able to raise myself up the chair. And it's quite strong. So as I said, adapt the sequence to a way that suits you best. So we'll start with hands on knees. Important to keep the spine up nice and tall, nice and long. Using the breath, we'll take an inhale and we're just going to rock forwards until the pelvis comes off the chair. Keep the spine long, so not folding forwards, nice long straight spine. And on the next exhale, we'll sink back down. There'll be lots of little variations we can take on our chair pose. And if at any time you need to, you can just come back down and come down into seated. So we'll go up again. So we'll inhale, push up off the chair, keeping that nice bend from the knees, spine is straight. Exhale, drop back down. This time we'll bring the hands up to a prayer position, hands by the heart. We'll inhale again and come up. See then if we can sink down back to the chair really nice and slowly as we can. Really feel that activation in the knees and across the tops of the legs. Let's go again. Inhale, squeeze up. Exhale, come back down. This time then, we'll bring the arms up. So this one is completely optional. So the higher the hands go, we have the sensation that there's more weight on the top of the body, so the legs have to work a little bit harder. So there's adaptation here. We can either keep the hands really tall and long, or we can bring the hands to cactus as a halfway point. So whatever suits you best. We'll inhale, squeeze up, keep gazing forwards. So if you're opting to have your hands up, have the biceps by the ears, gaze forwards, and exhale and come down. We'll go up again. Inhale, come up, squeeze up. Exhale, come down. Really good. One more. Inhale, push up. Exhale, drop back down. We'll bring arms to cactus, open the chest, and bring the hands around to the heart. And we'll take a breath. So working hard through our body. Really good. All right. So one last little area before we cool down and then return to our breath for our Shavasana is just our feet and our ankles, which always work really hard for us, but often get neglected in terms of their own particular bit of range of movement. So very simply then, and as we've done throughout the session, maintaining the posture, sitting up tall, bringing the foot off the floor, and then just rolling the ankle and wiggling the toes. So although the movement is very simple in the foot, just rolling the ankle around, we're actually working quite hard in the body. So we're maintaining the upward posture, we're lifting the leg, maintaining that activity across the quads, across the top of the leg, working in the core and the hips. So there's a lot going on, but we're facilitating these ankle rolls and moving the toes. So roll around any way that feels right. So we can opt to put the hands under the knee, but really maintain that upward lift, keeping the chest up tall. So whatever feels right, whatever matches your energy levels. Really good. My ankle is clicking away, so obviously needed a little bit of attention, a little bit of movement this morning. All right, down we go. We'll go on the left. So bringing left knee up, maintain the posture, rotate that left foot round and round and round. Any way that you can. Remember to wiggle the toes, bringing some blood down right the way to the bottom of the feet. Warming them up. Really good, and lowering down. Fantastic. So for our seated Shavasana, we'll return to the breath. And at the beginning of the session, we had two lots of breath work that we explored very briefly. So we either use that diaphragmatic breathing, drawing the breath down, using the hands on the tummy as a guide, and really having that sensation that the tummy is a balloon expanding and deflating. Or we can return to that box breathing, that Somavritti breathing, the pranayama, yoga pranayama. So inhale, 4, hold, exhale for 4, 5, or 6, whatever suits you best. So as we come into Shavasana, I'll invite you to choose whichever breath work would serve you best and to aid in your period of relaxation. Breathing through the nose again, if you're comfortable to do so. Bringing the attention to the rise and the fall of the tummy and the chest as we breathe. Softening our gaze or closing our eyes. Allowing the shoulders to sink further down, away from the ears. Allowing ourselves just to focus on the breath. And if our mind wanders at all, bring ourselves back to the sensation of breathing. And just for the next couple of minutes, some calm, quiet, restorative breath work. So bringing our attention back to our chest and our tummy as we breathe. Very slowly allowing our breathing to return to its normal everyday pattern. And gently bringing some movement back into our bodies. So we may want to bring movement into our hands and our wrists. We may opt for a shoulder roll, a gentle stretch. So whatever feels right for you. Bringing ourselves back to the present time, back into our space. And our time together this morning has quickly come to an end. So thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure to spend this time with you. So thank you, Annette, on the Zoom call this morning. Great pleasure to practice with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was great.
Thank you so much. It's really, really joyous to be with you. Thanks, Annette.
Okay.
And thanks everybody who has been on social media this morning, watching or joining along. Great pleasure to be with you. So I'm back next week. So Tuesday session for mat yoga at 8 a.m. This week we looked at the strength in the spine. And next Tuesday we're going to look at opening the hips and core strength. So follow along for that. So 8 a.m. next Tuesday. Next Thursday, more breathwork and chair yoga. So moving in a way which adopts the principles of a yoga practice and for using the chair for support. So Tuesdays and Thursdays next week, 8 a.m. Be an absolute pleasure to see you then. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Thank you.